Wow. Now that John told all my secrets, ended my entire speech, I'm not quite sure where to start with this, but when you've got friends like that, you're really, truly blessed. And it's just tremendous to be here. And John, thank you very much for being here, for being an honoree. I really appreciate all the time you spent with the U.S.-China Film Summit. And like you, I was not an athlete, but I got one trophy growing up. When I was 8 years old, best camper at St. Pius X summer camp. And I still have that trophy. My one and only until tonight. So, thank you. You know, John, all my secrets are out there. What can I say? Yes, I was a spy. Thank God there are a few other secrets I've still got that he kept secret. We don't talk about those in public. And yes, I won't tell about those young days when we were both bachelors running around town, and we might both be in jail, so I won't go there. I have to agree 100%, though, in what he said about my incredible wife, Celeste. Celeste, I want you to stand up. Table 25 here. Come on, stand up, stand up. I couldn't have done all this without Celeste. She has hosted countless cocktail parties, receptions, wine tastings, meetings for the Asia Society of Southern California. She's traveled with me throughout Asia, attending various trustees meetings. She has developed an incredible cadre of friends who are very happy. Unfortunately, very sad that I'm no longer a trustee because I don't have a chance to meet with Celeste a couple times a year. I'm getting letters, oh, please bring Celeste back. She has attended hundreds of events. She has mingled, charmed, and rallied our guests for the Asia Society's causes and support. I simply couldn't have done all of this for the last 10 years without her. Thank you. And I have to thank my sons, JT and Brannick, for having an absentee father for so much time that I was devoting to the Asia Society. To the incredible Pinto family who accepted me as an only child into their family and totally embraced me. They're amazing. And to all of our incredible friends who are here tonight to support me and always have supported me in all these different events, it really has made it very special and made it possible for me to do this. It's kind of like the Academy Award. Oh, thank you. I've got to go on with the thank yous because at this point, that's really what it's all about. When I took over for the second time and we were turning the Asia Society of Southern California around, I needed help. I couldn't do it all by myself. So I reached out to Dick Drobnik, our new chair, Andy Knox, one of our vice chairs, Randy Love, who couldn't be here tonight, who committed their constant support, which they delivered. Soon, Brian Triger, who is here as chairman of this gala and many more galas, joined the team, hosting our most successful galas ever. Soon thereafter, Peter Chow, who's here tonight, also joined together and created our U.S.-China Film Summit, which Janet Yang has taken over the leadership of now. Again, these two programs are our flagship events that make it possible for us to carry on all of our other activities, etc. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. So I thank you for all that you have done. And these hearty friends were joined by many more members of our advisory board, our executive committee, who were invaluable, creating and leading programs, raising and donating money, and liberally giving free advice and granting access to their many friends and connections throughout Los Angeles, and I thank you too. And none of this, of course, could be accomplished without the support of our professional team, now headed by Jonathan Karp, wherever Jonathan is. Thank you very much. The newest addition to our team, Tricia Ong, and the legions of volunteers who've helped us every year for every program. Without them, we couldn't stage all these huge events that we have here. And last, before I move on here, our secret weapon, Ronnie Chan. Another honoree who you'll be hearing more about tonight. Ronnie has been a constant supporter of financially and with his who's who of friends around Southern California. Ronnie, you too. Without you, we wouldn't be here tonight. Thank you so much. So as John said, I went to Japan as a spy, continued to study. The Japan Foundation was gracious enough to send me back after law school to really dive in deeply. And early in that first trip, I just developed this incredible love for Japan. I started off reading novels, Japanese novels, first in English, and later translating them into Japanese. And I discovered an incredible culture that was old, rich, complex, at times seemingly hidden in nuance, and at times incomprehensible from a cultural and historical perspective for Americans. And I found a Japan that was eager to learn about us, but whose images of us were stereotypes from TV shows that they were watching in Japan at that time: Kojak, MASH, Columbo, Hogan's Heroes. They knew little about the America of opportunity, diversity, and goodwill for all that I knew, and where I grew up in this little town of Lick Skillet. But then I found Americans knew even less about Japan than they knew about us. We were watching old World War II movies. Had no idea what Japan was about. So it became my mission when I moved back to LA in 1975 to a way to bridge that gap, to bring young leaders together to get to know each other. Little did I know, at the end of my first week of being in LA in 1975, I would be presented with a unique opportunity. I went to a Los Angeles Junior Chamber of Commerce International Committee. I ended up sitting down next to a guy named Chris Madison, who's here tonight, our best man and Brannick's godfather. Raise your hand, Chris. And he said that coincidentally, a couple weeks ago, some people showed up from the Tokyo Junior Chamber, and they wanted to find a way to develop a relationship. And that was the beginning of, John mentioned, the Century of the Pacific Conference, which went on for 20 years. We made lifelong friends, hosted each other's children, and expanded the program into China in 1980, which, before anyone else thought about China other than the Asia Society. It was my mission to bring together Asians, Americans, and others around the world together to create personal bonds, dispel myths, and misunderstandings. So as this was so successful, I went on to the other programs that John mentioned to try to create other ways to bring young leaders from around the world together. The British-American Project, the U.S.-Japan Leadership Project, the U.S.-Japan Bridging Foundation, which I helped form with George Takei. We were both serving on the U.S.-Japan Committee for Cultural and Education Exchange and the Japan-U.S. Committee for Kulkan, et cetera. And we started this to take young scholars to Japan from America who couldn't really afford to do so, and then ultimately was involved in the founding of the Asia 21 Fellowship Program. To have all those 4,000 people out there who've experienced this coming together of young people, forming these bonds, which I hope and think, like myself, have lasted forever, was just the greatest. And my work at Asia Society globally has been an extension of this mission to build bridges by bringing people from the U.S. and around the world together to learn about each other, raise awareness, motivate young leaders, and take action and hopefully inspire others to a similar mission. I want to thank all of you who have supported this mission through the Asia Society, our board members, donors, speakers, and volunteers. This honor is a reflection of all of you and all that you've done for so many years. Thank you. So, I have a couple of just quick messages for you. First, make your life a mission, not an intermission. Do something to make this world a better place, and let the Asia Society be your platform and partner in doing this. This is a lot of what we're trying to do with people like John Chu, bringing our U.S.-China Film Summit together to provide a bridge, a forum, so people understand and come together and provide opportunities. Secondly, as John mentioned, build bridges, not walls, actual or figuratively. In this increasingly complex and dangerous world in which we live, more than ever, we need to build bridges, not walls. Thank you very much.